You have been duped, and you're going to like it. This is 95% close to this. But we're not here to talk about Pepsi and Coke. We're here to unravel fragrance dupe. First of all, I want to mention I do not believe personally that there is such a thing as a one-to-one. When this first came out, the difference between the fruity batch and the smoky batch, you'd almost think they were flankers of each other. So a one-to-one on the dupe level, probably not going to happen. But does that even matter? Dupes, inspos, covers, they're not new. This is a thing that's been around for a long time. Dupes didn't start yesterday. You know Cool Water? That's just green Irish tea dressed up in a swimsuit ready to go swimming. You know Creed Himalaya? Yeah, Paco Rabanne XS came out first. By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela? Apparently Lattafa came out with Ragba Wood Intense before. Inspirations? Maybe. However, in those first two instances, those perfumes were made by the same perfumer in both projects. I think the issue today is with GCMS, I think people have a problem with AI or computer making their fragrances or coming up with a fragrance recipe instead of having an actual person. Kind of like the way AI makes art. People don't like that. Thing is, art evolves. It grows. The most important thing is, do you smell good? Doesn't matter if it's an original or if it's a dupe. Does it smell good? Do you like wearing it? Do you feel good wearing it? Do other people like the way you smell when you wear it? If you put the dupe juice in a non-dupe bottle in some kind of a fancy Louis Vuitton or Parfums de Marly, would it matter? There are a lot of dupes out there that smell just as good, sometimes even better than the original. But sometimes people feel a bit of shame not being able to buy the full bottle. It's okay, and sometimes even encouraged, to wear and buy dupes. In my early 20s, I got into niche fragrances, and you know what? I really fell in love with them. There were some fragrances that I did buy, but there were some I just couldn't get. I couldn't afford it. I like variety in my fragrances. So 8 years ago, I discovered Dua and Alexandria. These were one of the popular brands to make inspired by fragrances based on the niche brands. More affordable, and they smelled really damn good. But I couldn't go around telling people what I was wearing because even if I smelled good, I couldn't say, oh, well, this is an inspired version of Initio. Oh, you don't own the real deal? Yes, Karen, because the real deal would have cost me my rent. Back then, admitting that you're buying dupes was like admitting you shoplifted a personality. These days, it's more acceptable and even encouraged. I don't believe in one-to-one, and sometimes the dupe cannot replace the original. This will never replace this in terms of real quality. This is more like this if this was an adopted cousin, became an entrepreneur in vape. The quality of this, amazing. Performance, fucking awful. This, however, performs, and they've come out with many varieties to improve the fragrance over time. This bottle is over 11 years old and almost ready to go. I'm not spending $500 to get this replaced just so I can get 2 hours, 3 hours of performance when this does the job even better. This is not going to replace this. Although, you gotta give them credit for trying to differentiate themselves. This is one of my favorite fragrances, and if it runs out, when it runs out, I will buy another one. I'm just not in a rush to get this down. I'm going to be using this. I have smelled the other varieties. This was my favorite, but I'm going to be using this until I have to buy another bottle. Sometimes the dupe even does better than you can imagine. I can't stand Parfums de Marly Altair. It's like somebody took the orange Skittles, threw them in a bag of Rolos, started roughing them up, and let them melt on top of a car. That orange blossom, no. This bottle takes care of the orange blossom problem, doesn't punch me in the face with it, and I enjoy it a lot more than original Altair or even Liquid Brun. But if it hadn't been for this dupe, I would never been able to wear the scent profile. And I enjoy the scent profile. I just don't enjoy Altair's scent profile. This is the original made better for me. Sometimes they can take that original profile and give it a completely different twist. This smells like this with Altair. This is an amazing fragrance. It's not Altair though, it is a twist. And if it had not been for the dupe houses, I would never have been able to get this. Back then, if you liked a perfume profile, if you like the fragrance profile, you were stuck with that fragrance profile. What if you wanted to change a couple things here and there? Guess what? The dupe houses now offer you the opportunity to enjoy a fragrance profile the way you want it. If you can afford PDM, Creed, Amouage, Xerjoff, great. The thing about the dupes and the clone houses and the schmoops, they now make these fragrance profiles accessible to people. You can now smell good at any price range, which I think is a good thing for society as a whole. Dupes make the experience accessible. That's the real competition. The fragrance market is exploding thanks to these dupe companies, these schmoop companies. And these brands, how they're responding, they're increasing the prices of their bottles. They're feeling the pinch. They're trying to make themselves more exclusive by making them more expensive. Problem is they're not improving the quality of their fragrance. If you enjoy fragrance, enjoy fragrance. Don't get it because it's a one-to-one of another fragrance. But that's the thing. They don't need to smell one-to-one. They just need to smell good. Sure, maybe the idea that you got a one-to-one might psychologically help you, but that's irrelevant. Does the fragrance smell good on its own, even if it wasn't duping or inspired by anything? That's really what you got to look for. Does the Altair alternative smell good to you? Does it smell good to other people? Is the fragrance itself pleasing to you and to others? The best part, these dupe companies offer so many varieties. If I want Altair, I get my own version. Someone else has their version. There's so many varieties of the scent profile that could suit the individual. You want a masculine blue talisman? You got it. With more fruit? You got it. These options never existed before. Ignore the one-to-one, the 95, 85 percentages. Smell it. Do you like the way it smells? That's the most important thing. Don't think of it as a dupe of blue talisman. Think of it as its own thing, and you like that thing. Own it. Enjoy it. So yeah, you've been duped, and maybe that's the best thing.